Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good
Michelle
afternoon.
Beatty from Victim Services. Sonia Leal, Sonia's sister, will be providing testimony to the board.
My statement is going to be all over the place. Just like how my life has been. I cannot believe nor comprehend this day has come about, and here we are. When and where to draw the line for crime committed at such a young age. When a chance is given for a convicted murderer to be set free again, the decision at hand determines who the justice is really for, the one who lived or the one who died. Please deny his parole and show him mercy by allowing him not death but life without parole to ensure justice is upheld, and let God judge him. This is called mercy. True justice would have been death for this monster. A horrific crime as this is not human. This is pure evil. The murder of my sister Sonia Leal was the condemning sentence. My family continues to suffer, and people who we come in contact with in society who learn of this heinous murder also suffer as well. The greater good suffer when justice is not upheld. Please deny his parole. My family has lived in confinement and in jail like him to some degree. He is a menace to society. If it wasn't for this, my notes are all over the place. If it was not for this law that passed, he would continue murdering, I truly believe. He would not have taken any classes. Sonia was 17 years old. Was Sonia also pressured by these 4 points to this law? Sonia doesn't have a chance to speak. He was scared of a pimp. What about Sonia's side of the story and what happened? Sonia attended her prom. Sonia was out of the country for Sonia was out of the country for 364 days, 1 day shy of a year. Came back to America and murdered in 2 weeks. Sonia wanted to stay in Azores where we were born, but she had to come back within a year to not lose her green card. Again, she was murdered in 2 weeks. But she was a prostitute, right? Nobody deserves to be murdered. This decision devastates more than 285 families. This law, who now have to relive excruciating, painful details of how their loved ones was murdered. At countless parole board hearings, the ruling treats murderers as victims while betraying those murdered and their families, as Timothy Cruz stated. Codifying crimes and punishment is a core legislative function. This was not handled legislatively, rather through the courts. The courts' encroachment on legislation power, as Michael Morrissey stated. Both Cruz and Morrissey have publicly criticized the court's ruling on this law. Raped, murdered, died with her eyes open, poked her eyeballs to make sure she was dead, took turns snapping her neck, proceeded to do whatever they wanted with her body after she was dead while hog-tied, put her own pantyhose down her throat, tied a rope around her neck with 3 cinder blocks, then drove to Quincy and dragged her body through the wooded area to get to the Quincy quarries before dumping her into the water. She was underwater for 2 weeks and 2 days before found by a hiker. These 3 monsters thought those 3 cinder blocks would weigh her down to the 200 feet and never be caught. Please allow my family and I to continue somewhat breathing and living in peace and deny his parole. And this was not just a bullet to the head. This was a horrific, plotted and planned out, sick, evil murder. In the 90s, it was stated that one female robbed them for $300 and they were going to go out and kill 3 females for the $300, $100 apiece. All the details, so many law officials, years of hard, dedicated work, divers to drain the Quincy quarries, the time, the money, so much, just for all of this to go down the drain if he's released. All the work. It was this monster's fingerprints on the tape that was around my sister's mouth that cracked the case. He had not 4 months, he had 9 months to come forward before his fingerprint was discovered. He saw it all on the news. It was on the news for over a year. Who did this to this girl? 3 monsters, and not one could have said, stop. This monster, Robert Larkin, took a human life, a beating heart, yet he wants a second chance at living his life. What about Sonia? Please make it make sense. Sonia is 6 feet under right now. He beat her, he robbed her, he raped her, he tortured her, he murdered Sonia Leal. Sonia begged and pleaded mercy for her life. He was serving time for violating parole for armed robbery unrelated to my sister when confronted with his fingerprint. Think about that. This murder is described on public news as grisly, gruesome, brutal, heinous, horrific. He was convicted on Sonia's birthday. Happy birthday, Sonia. He has no remorse or regret. The tears you see, he has no remorse or regret. He also has some severe nerve to even be here today. He's a monster. He's a natural-born killer. If he had any remorse or regret whatsoever on what he did to my sister, he would know to stay in prison and not even take this parole option. That was never supposed to be an option. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences in quote-unquote a day thereafter. This is a horror movie. This is a true living nightmare. He ruined a family, but wants to be with his. He's allowed to be listened to today for over an hour, but Sonia's left 6 feet under and can't say a word. Please deny his parole. This has been ongoing since 1994 because it was 3 monsters. Almost nine months to find this one's fingerprint. Then Kevin Lynch fled the day before a grand jury, and that took 8 months to find him. Then Sean Kane did a last-minute plea with jurors already picked out and ready to go to trial, did a last-minute plea, causing a year and 10 months for the Quincy quarries to be drained. My family and I went to court for 6.5 years. Every day. This happened the year I graduated. I graduated July. We got the phone call in November. I had signed up to go to the Army February 2025. I haven't done anything. All my friends went to college, went to the Army. I went to court for 6.5 years. My parents also did not speak English. I personally translated. I identified Sonia at the Boston morgue. My signature, my parents did not speak English. I translated everything until a court-appointed lawyer when the cases started. Sonia saved someone that night by being murdered. It could have been your loved one. It doesn't matter. I'm almost done. It doesn't matter what they were doing or where they were. It could have been your loved one. Do not let this monster, Robert Larkin, out to be around your loved ones. He is a natural-born murderer. Nobody should be condemned for their profession. Prostitution is actually a profession. So does that mean monster Robert Larkin, his profession, is a murderer? They are not the same. Murder is not just your average kid running around. Please do not take the justice given to my family away by having him at least caught, prosecuted, and convicted. That's somewhat of justice. Putting him in prison because all knew he would do it again. It wasn't even so much what he did, it's that he would do it again. It really doesn't matter his family impact statements. Sonia was obviously a much better person because she never murdered. And she wasn't a murderer. He wouldn't have changed if he didn't get caught. He definitely would have done it again to someone else. And again, that's why he was put in prison. And it's some great place to reform people, isn't it? No, it's not. He's been moved more than 7 times in 5 physical fights, cell phone, refusing classes provided to him during his time served until recently because of the change for parole, now because of Chief Justice Kimberly Budd in the Commonwealth versus Mathis. If this monster Larkin had any type of regret or remorse, he would stay in prison and not even take this parole option, as I already said. If he has really changed, he would know to stay in prison for the rest of his living life. Sonia was a daughter, a sister, and no chance to be a mother. I can't even read the rest. Sonia's upbringing.
I hate to interrupt, but we have a hearing that was supposed to start at 1. If you have more you want to share with us?
It's just one more sentence.
Okay, thank you.
Sonia also had an abusive, neglective, and poverty upbringing, and so did I. And this is all I have to say is please, please, please deny his parole. The end. Just like Sonia's life. The end. The end.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you for coming.
This is for District Attorney Michael McGee from the Norfolk County DA's
Thank you, Ms.
office.
Beatty. Good afternoon.